Good afternoon, everyone. Connor Wade here on the Power Racing Facebook page. Today, Jacksonville Speedway, the host of Night 3 of Illinois Speedweek. Last night, boy, it was a great night of racing at Lincoln Speedway. Tandem McIntosh coming out on top, and then it was Shane Kaiser recording his first career victory for the Power Micros. So McIntosh and Kaiser both back in the pit area. Everybody else gunning down an Illinois Speedway championship. Let's show you what's going on here in the pit area at Jacksonville Speedway. Well, he's a bit of a driver coach, a bit of a crew chief, a bit of a team manager. Jay Drake wears lots of different hats. Really one of the driving souls of Keith Kuhn's crew at Genia Motorsports. Jay, first off, tell us about your roles and all the different things you do to help Keith out and help his drivers out as well with this program.
Well, a number of years ago, Keith hired me back primarily to he was obviously so busy crew chiefing and paying attention to the cars and didn't really have a lot of time to communicate with the drivers, especially when it got to be so many at a time. He just got him a little bit overwhelmed, and he couldn't kind of wear all the hats himself. I mean, he could, but he just needed some assistance. So hired me back. I drove for Keith for a lot of years and brought me in to kind of be a go-between him and some of the drivers, especially the newer ones, to kind of help ease their mind and help them figure things out and bring them along a little quicker. And so that was my primary role when he hired me back. And then on top of that, I kind of drive the trucks. I manage the apparel division, trying to sell all the drivers' T-shirts and the team apparel, and kind of keep that stocked and at each track. And on top of that, I kind of organize the rigs, make sure they're all keep running and in top shape, and then help the guys out all they need with changing parts and keeping the cars in running order. And a little, like you said, a little bit of everything, anything I can do to help keep the team rolling along and making things go fast and win.
Well, you've got quite a really historic driving resume yourself back in the day. Do you miss driving at all? Do you enjoy being on the crew chief or this side of it more?
I'd say I get asked that a lot. I miss it when we go to places that I really like to race at. Back in the day, I miss those days. A lot of the tracks we go to that I didn't enjoy, I don't miss it at all. But after years and years, you kind of you have your niche where places you love to go, and those are the ones you miss, and places you really weren't looking forward to go when I was racing. I can't say that I missed going to any of those places or racing those type of races. But I just got to a point where our oldest driver now is 19. I didn't start racing one of these midgets till I was 23, and back in those days I was one of the youngest guys then. So it's a whole different game nowadays, and so I don't know that it's just a whole different operation than it was back when I started and was doing it for years and years. But I enjoy this end of it. I like working with the kids, like seeing the new guys come along, and especially seeing them get better at what they do and succeed. And anytime we win a race with a new kid, their first win is always special, and it brings the whole team a lot of gratification.
After last season, the years that they had, we knew coming to this year, Kofoid and Pursley were going to be really tough. But then we've got Bryant Wiedemann coming on board. It's been really, really good. Brenham Crouch picked up his first series win a couple weeks ago. And then you've got Devin Bichelle, Cade Lewis coming into the program as well. Has there been one driver, one of those younger drivers coming into KKM full-time for the first time this season that's impressed you the most?
I can't really say the most. I mean, really, like you said, they're all impressive in their own right. Brenham winning that race a couple weeks ago was really awesome, and then he ran a real strong race at the USAC race a couple weeks ago, and so he's showing a lot of promise. Bryant, I feel like he can roll off and start winning races left and right here at any time. He just keeps getting better and better with every race, and these new kids, they're 14 years old, Cade and Gavin, they're just the way they handle the cars, they're very impressive for that. I couldn't imagine getting one of these things when I was 14. Like I said, the first time I got in one, I was 23, and it scared the hell out of me then. So I can't imagine doing it at that age, but it's a whole different world. They're brought up through go-karts, micros, and by the time they get here, even at the young age they are, they have a lot of racing experience, and it shows. I mean, they jump right in these things, and they can manhandle them, and they're impressive. And Kaylee as well, you know, she's impressive. She's on the verge. I mean, I really feel like we're going to win a race with her even this year. You know, she's coming along and doing great stuff for us, and all the drivers we have right now are impressive, and we like working with all of them.
Well, thank you so much for being so generous with your time today. Great to catch up with you, Jay. Best luck to you guys tonight.
Thank you. It's good to talk to you.
Jay Dre, team manager for KKM here at Jacksonville. A frequent competitor with the series, Sam Johnson out of St. Peters, Missouri. Sam, kind of take me through the first 2 nights of Illinois Speedweek for you, and then what you're looking to do here these final 3 rounds.
Yeah, the first night we were currently changing engines, so we weren't there. But the second night had some good speed in the heat race, and kind of missed that up there in a feature. But other than that, I mean, Dad got it rolling this time. Toyota started laying down on us in Indiana Midget Week, so good thing we got some power under this hood again.
You know, you've got quite a lot of experience at Jacksonville over the last couple of seasons. Kind of tell me your opinion of this place.
Man, I've had my ups and downs here. I don't know if I've ever even finished a race here, but it's definitely races really well. I love coming here. It just seems like we always get rained out, which it was calling for rain this morning, so hopefully that clears up and gets away. But I mean, usually it's pretty racy. It gets rough sometimes, but it's got some characteristics for sure.
Well, it's pretty nice out right now, but Bobby Millister's a guy that came on board with you guys this season. How that kind of all come together, and how's it been working with Bobby?
Yeah, so last year Bryant Wiedemann raced for us for a few races at Creek County there at the end of the year, and we needed some help. And he's from Oklahoma, so he was the first person I gave a call. And after that, I mean, we kind of met we talked at the Chili Bowl for a little bit, and brought him on, and it's been working pretty well. I mean, they're still adapting to each other, him and Austin, and I mean, they're slowly finding speed, so it's good for them.
Great talking to you, Sam. Best luck to you tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Sam Johnson, car number 72J here tonight at Jacksonville. Tyler Nelson making his 2021 season debut with the Lucas Oil POWRi National Midget League. Tyler, you've ran here a lot at Jacksonville Speedway before. Take us through what this place is like for midgets.
Oh, it's a ton of fun. You know, it gets really technical around the top. Usually builds a big cushion. It's a lot of fun to run. I actually almost got my first POWRi heat race win here. I missed it by about that much with Tyler Thomas. So.
Talk a little bit about the race car and all that you guys have put into it. Who's helping you out on this, getting this 88 car on track?
Superior Bearing Supply. They do all my bearings and everything. Willwood brakes and advanced racing suspension for the shocks. And my boss at Curtis Motor Sales really helps me out because he lets me get off and come and do things like this during the week.
What's the competition like whenever you come and run with the POWRi National Midget League?
It's tough. I mean, it's tough anywhere you go in a midget. I mean, just the amount of competition in our sport right now is incredible, and it's a hard place to come and run, but it's a lot of fun to come and try to compete.
Well, Tyler, great to have you with us tonight at Jacksonville. Best of luck to you. Thanks for talking to us.
Yep. Thank you.
Tyler Nelson, driver of car number 88, his first start of the 2021 season tonight with the Lucas Oil POWRi National Midgets. Emilia Hoover coming off career best finish last night with the Lucas Oil POWRi National Midgets. He brought it home 6th at Lincoln. Emilio, first off, man, take me through last night. What allowed you to get up front inside the top 10?
I was one of the first people to be passed by somebody through the rubber, so in a way I almost got lucky because I was able to sail out almost before anybody else.
How's the 2021 season been going for you? What's some of the biggest loops you guys have had to jump through with Flea Ruzick in this 21 car?
Some of the biggest loops we've had to jump through is fixing the car after I've junked a few of them so far. We haven't had as many finishes as we've wanted.
Talk a little bit about your outlook for the rest of Speedweek. I mean, after a 6th place last night, you're probably feeling pretty good. Maybe can you sneak inside the top 5 tonight, you feel like?
I'm pretty comfortable at this track, so I think it's probably in the cards.
Awesome. Well, great to talk to you, Emilio. Congrats on a 6th place last night. Best of luck to you tonight.
All right, thank you, man.
Emilia Hoover, 6th last night. We'll see what he can do tonight at Jacksonville. Tonight, Evie Dean will make her debut with the Lucas Oil POWRi Micro Sprint League presented by Eagler Machine and Tool. Evie coming out, running on a national stage for the first time. What are the nerves like?
They're pretty high because this is one of my first races back since I've broken my neck.
Man, coming back off of an injury. Have you raced here at Jacksonville Speedway before?
I have never.
So what are you thinking of it just by looking at it here when you got to the track for the first time?
It looks really fun.
Talk a little bit about the biggest jump you expect to have to take to run with the Lucas Oil Power and Micro Sprint Lead?
Just adjusting to running with a smaller group of people into people that have been running for a while.
Talk a little bit about your plans for the rest of 2021. Are we going to see it all for the rest of the year?
Probably. I'm going to try to be running some more.
Evie Dean, one of the competitors, making her debut tonight with the Lucas Oil Power and Micro Sprint Lead presented by Emilia Machine & Tool for Night 3 of Illinois Speedweek. Thanks so much for tuning in to our pit walk here today. It's a beautiful day at Jacksonville Speedway. This place is one of our favorites. We love coming here. Should be a great night of racing. Tune in live on MAV TV+. It's going to be a great night of racing. Round number 3 of Illinois Speedweek for the Lucas Oil Power I National Midgets and the Lucas Oil Power I Micro Sprint Lead presented by Emilia Machine & Tool.